Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about a rather unusual documentary that explores the British porn industry, just as it was on the cusp of a major change. The movie is called Porn Wars, and it's a special issue of the TV show, The London Programme. Released in 1999, this documentary gives us a glimpse into a world that's often shrouded in secrecy. What makes this movie matter is that it sheds light on the people and the industry that are often misunderstood or judged. So, let's dive in and explore the world of Porn Wars. So, let's start with the basics. Porn Wars was directed by Alexander Gardiner, and it's a 50-minute documentary that takes a look at the British porn industry. The main cast is not really applicable here, as this is a documentary, but we do get to see interviews with various people involved in the industry. Now, when it comes to production details, the budget and box office numbers are unknown, which is not surprising given the nature of the documentary. The rating for this movie is 4.7 out of 10, which is quite low, but we'll get into that later. What's interesting is that this documentary was part of the TV show, The London Programme, on Network London Weekend Television, which was known for its thought-provoking and often provocative content. Now, let's get into the plot summary. Porn Wars explores the British porn industry at a time when hardcore sex films were about to become legal. The documentary takes us on a journey to the streets of London, where we meet the people involved in the industry, from porn stars to directors and producers. We get to see the behind-the-scenes of a porn shoot, and we learn about the laws and regulations that govern the industry. The documentary also explores the social and cultural implications of the porn industry, and how it affects the people involved in it. We see interviews with experts, politicians, and activists, who share their opinions on the industry and its impact on society. What's fascinating is that the documentary doesn't take a moralistic stance, but rather presents a nuanced and balanced view of the industry. We get to see the human side of the people involved, and the documentary raises important questions about freedom of expression, censorship, and the role of the government in regulating the industry. Now, let's talk about the main characters in the documentary. Since this is a documentary, we don't really have characters in the classical sense, but we do get to see interviews with various people involved in the industry. We meet porn stars, directors, and producers, who share their experiences and motivations for being involved in the industry. We also see interviews with experts, politicians, and activists, who share their opinions on the industry and its impact on society. What's interesting is that the documentary doesn't try to sensationalize or exploit the people involved, but rather presents a nuanced and respectful portrayal of their lives and work. Now, let's get into some behind-the-scenes facts and trivia. Did you know that the documentary was filmed over a period of several months, and the crew had to gain the trust of the people involved in the industry in order to get access to the behind-the-scenes footage? The documentary also features interviews with some of the most prominent figures in the British porn industry at the time, including porn stars and directors. What's fascinating is that the documentary was broadcast on British television, which was a bold move given the sensitive nature of the subject matter. The documentary also sparked a lot of controversy and debate, with some people praising its nuanced and balanced approach, while others criticized it for being too explicit or provocative. Now, let's analyze and discuss the themes and cinematography of the documentary. One of the things that stands out is the documentary's nuanced and balanced approach to the subject matter. The cinematography is also noteworthy, as it presents a gritty and realistic portrayal of the industry. The documentary raises important questions about freedom of expression, censorship, and the role of the government in regulating the industry. What works well is the documentary's ability to present a human side to the people involved in the industry, and to raise important questions about the social and cultural implications of the porn industry. What doesn't work as well is the documentary's lack of depth and analysis, as some of the issues and themes are not fully explored or developed. So, what's the final verdict? Overall, I would give Porn Wars a rating of 6 out of 10. While the documentary is thought-provoking and raises important questions about the porn industry, it lacks depth and analysis in some areas. The cinematography is gritty and realistic, and the documentary presents a nuanced and balanced approach to the subject matter. However, the documentary's low rating on some platforms